Timestamp December 4th, 2025. It's coming up on 5 o'clock. It's like 4:40. I have been at the bank and or on the phone with various portions of the bank and or their investment account, my parents, all damn day. Trying to get everything worked out so I can get information to the lawyers so they can get information to the court. After numerous phone calls, it would seem that my dad set up such an amazing protocol security-wise on his card that even though I'm the guardian for him and it's registered, I can't access it online. So they said they would happily mail out statements dating back to April. The court wants all the way to April, which is weird to me. And the reason it's weird to me is they're saying about, I started up my guardianship technically in July, but they went through April. And it's like, well, I don't know why you want that, but whatever. And then there's the whole, I was power of attorney and guardian, depending on the moment. So it's like, I have no idea how the scrutiny is going to play out on this. I don't know. I'm a little nervous about it just because I know I didn't do anything wrong, but it's big when the court starts like examining documents that you send them. But thankfully, Ophelia, I believe is what I was calling her, down at the bank. I called her after talking to two people in a row that basically said, can't help you. After 20-minute holds and another 10 minutes of being transferred and on the phone and whatnot, she said, no, I can print it out here for you, since they're not willing to do it. I'm like, you're not going to get it? And she's like, no, that's easy. That's, since you are a guardian, you're on the account. Yeah. So I'm going to pick that up in the morning. Yeah. The lawyer's going to be pissed because everything has to be to the court tomorrow. I mean, through email, but I'm going to be sending a lot of the stuff tonight. I'm going to be finally setting up the printer. I did a lot of work inside, but I'm going to be setting up the printer, scanner, putting in all the receipts and all the paper stuff that I have, making it digital. And I'm just going to kind of flood her inbox so that it's waiting for her when she gets there tomorrow morning. I know she's going to be pissed, but at the same time, if you don't wait until the last minute to get forms for me that I need, I don't have to wait till the last minute to get the stuff that I needed the forms to get. Just saying. You know what I mean? You're suffering because I'm suffering. And it's not any kind of vendetta, revenge, vengeance, any of that kind of stuff. It's, you've caused this chain reaction. Still can't believe that. It was like beginning of November. Do you want me to order those forms? Well, I thought you already had. I thought you did like a month ago when we talked about it. I thought we were just waiting for the court to sign off on it. Oh no, I hadn't ordered it. I was waiting for you to tell me. I did tell you. Oh my God. I was half expecting you to tell me they had arrived, not do you want me to? Damn, I just can't even. Make sure I'm not. Only you can prevent. Make sure I'm smoldering and not flaming. Not that kind that's different. I think we're just gonna. Did I get it in there? Yeah. Using the camera to pick up something dark in shadows with the phone in shadows and in the dark. What could go wrong? Oh, hello. Cardinal, I believe. I'm not even Catholic, but I recognize the uniform. You know we've got kibble inside, right? It's a good kibble too. Tastes way better than weeds. I think he thinks he's part goat. There's so much to do. Getting so much done, but at the same, this is that whole one brick versus the mountain concept. Tiny started digging around a little bit back in there, trying to make a little bit of headway. Hard to tell, right? There's still all this back here. It's nuts. Anyone in? Show me. What are you doing? Trying to get in? What? Am I doing it wrong? Am I doing it wrong? How about that? Now you're about to lose your mind. Trying to let himself in. There we go. Oh. Hi. Yeah? I feel the same way, man. I got up at 11 o'clock p.m. Oh boy. Sorry about the 3D. Alright, take and go. Make sure I got a small piece prepped for the little guy. Okay. There we go. That's good chihuahua size. Jinx, you trying to tell me something, pal? Hey, Jinx. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Smart damn cat. I hear you, Tanner. Take a number. Alright, there you go, bud. Temptations. Funniest damn thing. We'd be doing cookie time. Started a couple months ago. Doing cookies for the pups. Jinx comes over, gets in line. I really shouldn't with you dragging the water bowl everywhere. You make me nuts. I think one of the main reasons I do it is because I can't believe how clever he is on that. You already had yours go? You already had yours go? Nick is here. And Jinx, you already had yours. Jinx is trying to act nonchalant. Like, I was just come over here to stare at the cabinet, actually. That's some fine wood grain there. Is he still looking at me? Maple? Doing some of the vanilla macadamia. I felt like I deserved it, you know. Did you send me? No. With the investment account, I've got a current statement, but the court wants all the way back through April, which I'm a little confused about, just because I was not able to, did not even try to manipulate anything there. So the bank account, I get at least going back a few months, but because I had my fingers in it. But their investment account, I'd see the monthly statements that would come in saying they have this much in their stock portfolio, but I never had any actual interaction with it. It was just passive, read-only file kind of thing. But got it all changed over to where I'm the guardian over my dad as a ward, and all of my mom's stuff was pushed into my dad's folders. So still, this whole year has been kind of surreal. You know what I mean? I'm talking about this business as usual kind of stuff, but the brass tacks of it is my mom is dead. Still like, what the hell just happened here? Oh, okay. That's what X was knocking on the ground earlier. Thanks, buddy. Got some crafting materials over there. They were resting on top of one of the totes. Now they're on the floor next to it. Goes my cat. Is a joik, and I love him. Yeah, he went over and did the whole, knocking stuff down for me. I think he knows I'm stressed out and he was trying to lighten the mood. Much like me, he has a peculiar sense of humor. I know what'll distract my dad. I'm gonna punk him. Oh, look at you. So I ordered some Dialex. Oh, beautiful things here. Curious. Uh-oh. Gonna have to have a date with some super glue there. Oh, it's a party hat. This plunger snapped. That's pretty easy fix though. That's already been fixed once. That's got glue residue. That's alright. I think these are early generation. These are like William Hartnell, First Doctor. I think these are from The Chase, which is like one of the first Dalek episodes. I love the look of them. As far as like the color, originally they were black and white, but this is most likely what they decided to do with the colorized version, and or hell, this might even be the colors they were behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Because filming that, the blue against the gray would be a different kind of grayscale. I don't know. That would be something to look up. That's interesting. You guys are actually slightly different. Proxy as Gothersgate? They're essentially the same model. but there are some slight differences. The iStock has a different coloring going on there, and they actually have different, like, information on the base. Same part number, same item number, though. That's interesting. I'm wondering if this is the proxy as Gother's Gate, and I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly. It's phonetic, but that much I can assure you. They're both made in China. BBC, Terry Nation, we've talked about that. Character group, yeah. Okay, this one's Charter Limited. They're both character group. This one also says Charter Limited, and it's the one that says Gother's Gate. And again, that's phonetic, I don't know. Proxy as Gother's Gate. So, but I'm wondering, like, with, and we've talked about this too, oftentimes, like with the Kenner Star Wars figures, the ones that were made in Hong Kong might have a slight mold variation to the ones that were made in Mexico, to the ones that were made in Vietnam. They'd have, like, different size hands. The head shape might be a little different, or the hair part would be different for, you know, characters, whatnot. Slight difference in, like, the pilot figures, the little control box that they have. There might be a different button configuration, whatnot. Minute details, but the hardcore collectors, not me. I love the Star Wars stuff, but I don't know it like some of the people out there that do. There are some uber nerds that are like, oh, that's from Honduras. I mean, you know, there's 7 different places that made them, and they can take one look at it and go, this is a Vietnam. This was a Vietnam. You can tell by the foot. I'm not that good. I can look it up online, but I don't know it. But my point is, with that little rabbit trail, I'm wondering if the Gother's Gate, non-Gother's Gate, Charter, not Charter, and I've seen the name Charter on, they have similar contracts, actually. Character Group and or Charter both did a lot of the Scooby-Doo figures. Interesting. But I'm wondering if, and again, he's broken, so don't judge by the plunger, but if this is kind of a Mexico versus Vietnam kind of thing, even though they're both made in China, if they were licensing to different companies and they were being manufactured at different plants, the mold might be just that little bit different. Because the iStock is actually just that little bit different. If you look at, like, the ridges, you can see this is more, like, pronounced. There's actual peaks and valleys. This one's more cosmetic. Interesting. Very slight deviations. I've got 1 or 2 others of these. I'm curious. And those I got from a box, so I'm wondering. You get me. The other one that came with it is this, which is also part of the whole early, I think this is supposed to be like a Commander one or something, but it should be the same time period-ish. Pretty. It's pretty. The older Dialects are a little bit shorter. These are still the 5.5 scale, but they're a little bit shorter than a lot of the more current ones. In fact, I think I still have Jane S. You're going to be out of that thing so soon. The progress we're making. Yeah, you can tell. Not like stupendously, but so this is, there we are. This is the one I just got. You can tell, like, this is the Genesis of the Dialect one. This is one of the other from that kind of time period. And that's probably about ½ an inch shorter, which may not seem like that big a deal. But when you're talking about a figure that's only like 5 to 6 inches tall, half an inch is a huge amount from a scale standpoint. But yeah, there was a guy that had the three of these as like a set online for Scrappy. Let me get in here for I think 70. And as I have indicated, getting a Dialect for the norm that you should expect is 30. Probably going to be more, but if you're lucky, you can get it for 30. So the idea of getting 3 for, I think it was like 75 total, 3 for 75. And there's some of the older ones which I love, because these guys, most of the like First Doctor ones came out in 2-packs. It's like History of the Dialects. They did like 3 or 4 different 2-packs, and it's like, you know, First Doctor, Second Doctor kind of stuff. Those 2-packs, not Shakur, different person, typically go for 80 plus. So with those, you're pretty much looking at $40 per. So getting them at like 25 each, I'm down with that. And it's again in the style that I really, really like. So I'd love to get a whole bunch more of the Genesis, the Dialect ones too, but those are 35 to 40. So I think I have like 2 or 3. Count my blessings. But I'll keep my eyes open if any turn up that, you know, are in that price range. I'll snag them. I'll plug that. Like it. So yeah, I got a little bit of gluing to do there, which not my first time. I could even have fun, do a micro drill and just like attach it with a wire and have it like dangling as though it was damaged. Sure, I could find the I am impaired soundbite somewhere. It's funny, wounded dialects, they like spin the circle and stuff, they freak out. It's pretty fun to watch. I know it sounds pretty sadistic, but considering their normal lifestyle, I'm not real sympathetic. From a moral standpoint. As characters, I love them. Yeah, you're in good shape other than the plunger. That's alright, I can fix that. And I'm very content with my choices there. And if I do say so, are you the gloves? No, you're not. Okay. The paint's actually a little bit sloppier on this one. I don't know if you can even be able to see it, but like on the sensor balls, it's like there's still a whole bunch of silver around the base of it, like they didn't quite go far enough with the paint. Very, very, very minor. This is me, if I were grading the figure, what have you, which I'm not. It's just kind of something I noticed because these came from different factories, whatnot, trying to get a feel for it. And it's interesting too, because that's the one that has a more defined pew pew and also the eye stalk, and yet they were a little bit dicey on the paint. Isn't that interesting? The mold may be better, but the paint's sloppier. 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. What are you gonna do? You're both very handsome. And those eye stalks are definitely different. Just looking at them dead on. It's thicker. But again, more defined. Interesting. They've got their own little personality. Now, yes, I'm a dork. I'm aware of that. Alright, I'm still not AI. Let me refresh it one more time. Damn it. No, nothing. Nothing from the lawyer. I got the bank taken care of, the investment account. She said she'd get me the April through now, but it hasn't shown up yet. So that could be better. My lawyer's gonna hate me. Oh my God. I asked for the form a month and a half ago, not 2 weeks ago. Health-wise, I am a ball of nervousness just because of stuff and things with the court. But health-wise, I feel okay. Back of my mind, I'm still feeling like I'm going to be getting a call about my dad. And the other way. Just because when we did visit with him, not just the not knowing who I was, although that still breaks my heart. You know, knew it was coming, but it still hurts. That stings. But he was having a harder time walking, noticing some physical stuff here and there. The tremor was getting a little bit more severe, you know. I don't know how much longer I've got him, and he's not even really there. It's kind of deceptive, you know. Anyway, while I was doing my phone stuff, Pix was out in the garage working the bookshelf. So we're kind of going to be tag teaming the garage, trying to get that knocked out. I am going to, it's 5 o'clock, I'm going to take a nap, get up at midnight or thereabouts, and start scanning things. I gotta get the scanner set up, but I've uncovered, I'm in a great place, believe it or not. There's still surface debris, but a lot of stuff has just started falling into place now that I'm able to actually get organized out there. And the slide puzzle snowballs a little bit. Will the entire house be sussed out by, noon Tuesday? Hell no. But I've made real good progress. It's going to make the dining room kitchen cascade pretty quickly, which also means that three-legged ball of orange is going to be on the loose here pretty soon, which he'll probably enjoy a great deal. Although I think he's enjoying having like canned cat food all to himself. A little spoiled. And Pix was doing a major cuddle fest with him earlier, and there was purring. So the concern of, can we reach him? Can we domesticate, the farm cat? Already did. He's okay. He's gonna be okay. And he and Hex have been playing through the gate too, so he's still got enough kitten in him, and Hex is still kitten enough to where they should amuse each other. I'm optimistic. Which I guess is weird to say with everything going on, right? I'm half full. I'm trying to make sure I don't have a hole in my glass. But I'm gonna go get some sleep because I'm tired. I'm gonna put this guy in a bag. I'm gonna put a bag on him so that I don't lose a very small part. You're gonna Had to be quarantined for a minute. Sorry, pal. You're free to go. You're on the bench until I can get that worked out. The dangling thing with the wire would be pretty funny, though. I am impaired. I think. Love the design on you, though. This was pretty much at the beginning of it all. 1963, 64. Exactly. Pretty cool. All right. Make it a great day.